My Ganemo, Yatua Boss, say Abuabo, Biano free and some trefo ponoso, some 4 penny. Was one a socroje, a pesmaca for ye brainy. See a baby eddy as some one, some no a dawson. Yan ready, bedi a cotton be. Amam penny John Dramani Mahama Apau, Basum Beda Sronkon. Ehuntoma ene ya won mo ebeboa atoto ne ma se de be ya Ghana sikasem ebetimi agina brane na osofo a wo hye enuane ne kuadwuma so se baabi o manye gina sesei no wo betumi akase nyame aye adom papa enuane abusu se ya ma na de beka kire no omo pekwan bi afa so a wode bekwa ama no ne akoton sa so na wode afutuo ama Ghana emebunu se wonmo ensu akwan pa ofa so ede abefo enkrato eye adwuma ebusia de yaboboso yi ene afropi ye ka ho na nwumre yi ye bekenkan yi midin ede AFIA twumwa Kaakyire mene
Obrempong Lisbon, Perry. Yes, Kaakyire na se enfree Ghana man panyin na so ye. Na ye free ye shase e de free His Excellency John Dramani Mahama aso ye. Said ye, or share ni mu kwan se obetumi aboa pa ama sikasem ntoto ye ani adwadie eho enioma ebetumi akoso wo my Ghana mu na yenso ye ho ato yen timamufo eho ahenhan wonum eno nam so bi ama Ghana man panyin His Excellency John Dramani Mahama apa enipa dumienu ya wono ankasa eka ho bie se wonko na wonko di wonjuma se ofutufo and former president said ye beya wonum economy no wobetumi atu nefo ewo ho na empanimfo ahodo a wopa wonum ebi ene vice president Professor Jane Nana Opoku Ajiman wano eka ho bi sanso na veteran economist leader Kwame Mpianim wano enso eka ho bi renowned industrialist Mr. Sir Samuel Ison Samuel Jonah sana ye friend wo o my Ghana mu sanso ena Ismail Yamson ono so eye private sector leader ene empanimfo ahodo e ka ho bi eye Nana Oye Mensa Yeboa ono eye former deputy minister for finance sanso ena Dr. Kwabena Dufo wonum nyina e ka ho bi former governor of Bank of Ghana Mr. Ato Brown wonum nyina eye mpanimfo a His Excellency John Dramani Mahama apa wonum eka enipa edumienu ho a wonum ebehye se obetu omampanyimfo na ede afa economy no ho se de beya sikasem ntotoye ene oman mu asetna ebetumi agina brane na wo sa kasamu ehun no ena Ghana mampanyin John Dramani Mahama agina simpie so na wo kyerɛkyerɛmu edienti a wapa sa abadwakuo yi se womra na womeye futufo emfama no efa economy eho na wo kyerɛmu se obepiemu wo oman Ghana hanomu a yensi kasem eyade a nanka akane no apratete apansam na so wonum ba ye wabomoden bia se ebetumi agina ne nanso nanso ade ba kopa enkameya ye se eye akwaatwe na Kaakyire na eye koko akuafo nsensem a esore nansen amasikasem aye denpa ewo hono ebra His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ekasa no ensem sei na wokyeremu.
Our handling of state-owned enterprises has also been uneven and at times haphazard. Weak governance frameworks political interference, and inadequate financial discipline undermined institutions that were once engines of stability and credibility. We failed to raise sustainable funding for cocoa and the cocoa board's capacity to syndicate effectively, something it had done successfully since the early 1990s, and this was severely impaired. These are not points of blame, they are lessons in responsibility. Ghana's economic history teaches us humility. We have deepened our capital markets, expanded the range of domestic bond instruments, yet we have also experienced painful setbacks, including debt distress and decline in investor confidence. Our task now is correction without amnesia, learning from both our success and our failures.
Wasa Jimadie Krono mu ena Professor J Nana Opoku Ajeman ya oye Vice President Edema Ghana enso gina simpie so na woka ne nsembie ediafa economy ho no wachire mu se economy ne de se bobo my Ghana mu a enkamea ye se ye ya ma economy na agina baabi amatimamufo nso atena wonum baabi ye ka economy a ye mfili ewo ye botom enunti empanifo ya pa wonum na ono ankasa eka ho bie wonum assignment ya wokoye ho adwuma pa ene se wobebua ma economy no atimi agina brane na timamufo nso atimi afili economy ni bie wo wonum botom ene edwaso ahodo a ye kro se de ekyerkyerefo ebetimi afili economy wona eton ade wo dwaso betimi afili economy sansemu yi ena wode to edwa.
Your Excellency, this advisory group comprises professionals of different backgrounds, perspectives, and experience across diverse disciplines. As a lifelong teacher myself, I would like to respectfully leave my esteemed colleagues and myself without first piece of homework. That is, for us to constantly reflect on what the term the economy should mean to our fellow citizens. Beyond an abstract concept, it should mean many things, including the following: stability for the teacher in the classroom and the nurse on night duty, fair prices and reliable markets for the farmer, predictable costs and access to credit to the trader and small business owner, stable incomes and affordable housing and transport for the worker, opportunities and skills for the young person, especially the women, security for the laborer, and decent care for the elderly. In short, our task is sobering. That is, to conceptualize the kind of support that makes their economy feel less distant and more everyday possibility. To arrive at a reality where effort is rewarded, risks are shared, and honest work is not invisible, we must remember the concrete effects of the economy on our people's lives, such as the safety of the water, the reliability of electricity powering their aspirations, and the dignity of their work. Economic transformation is a national project. It requires discipline, trust, and shared responsibility across the government, the private sector, labor, civil society, and development partners. Our pledge is to provide independent, thorough, and practical leadership to support this collective effort.
Also for wa hwenuane ni kwadwuma so ora Erikopoku. Wode ato dwasa ade ba akoye damampani John Dramani Mahama na koma so pa ye ne se. Enuane bebu o my Ghana mu enuane no ebeba no so ebe ya affordable kyerese Ghana fo betumi atobie fise enuane no efo. Na sani so ade hunu nyina nyame adom ahye hwenuane ni kwadwuma so no won ma bo adwumaden aduru ho fise bremum Minister Erikopoku ese enuane abuso o my Ghana ma kyerese omanfo timi didi ebro won mafuru so yie papa wo kyeremu a sade ebe ya enuane no a ebuo no enko sai kwanti no Aban etimi aboabo bebre ano e de egu adekradan mu amadache se enuane hya ase se eho ekọ atwe a won motumi akọ adekradan mu akoyi bi apie na womanfo anya bi adi na ebusu se so a won musie bi no na dodo no a eye mproprowa aka akire no so mo ma ne nsai kwa wobehye se wobetumi adada ni amanu agira ne nanso brane no mo de akọ amano ne akoton won mo ya ne saa no de sika beba Ghana ebebo enyuma kwan so ede ama Ghana meburu ne na bankyere na mo man Ghana sika sama fanentuma pa efra ora erikopoku eya Greek minister.
Yes, you are right. You know exactly what is happening in the system, and which is far different from what other colleagues have been saying. You go to Sisala, your position is excellent. They have produced maize, rice, beans, and others far in excess of the demand in that area. As we speak, price of a bag of maize in Sisala is selling around 250-300 Ghana cedis. If farmers are allowed to sell at this price, certainly they cannot recoup their investment. And that is why I'm saying that we have resourced the National Food Buffer Stock. In the 2025 budget, this House approved 100 million Ghana cedis for them to buy mop up the excess. That was insufficient. And that was why in the 2026 budget, an additional 200 million was provided. And I added that this is the first time in the history of our country that Ghana is building food buffer against emergencies. You don't know the story. Don't shout. That is the reality. This is the first time. And you cannot contest this. Ask your colleagues. They will tell you.
Honorable Minister, address the chair.
The question is that it's simple. How do we increase demand for food in the system? But the honorable member knows that everybody has limited capacity in respect of how much food to eat. And so what we are looking at is the entire value chain, processing of the food. The first step is increasing production, which we have achieved. We have produced so much to the extent that prices are collapsing far below what is expected. And so what we are going to do is to develop the entire value chain, set up processing factories, add value, package them, and even export. That is the only thing we can do to increase demand. But the first thing we must all applaud is that we have increased food production. Now, having done that, what is next? The next thing is to look at how we can add value. And that's what we are looking at. And then you also talk about food prices. That food inflation has come down, but still prices are high. How can that be possible? What is the meaning of food inflation there? When we had food inflation at 61%, Ghana was listed among 10 countries in Africa with the highest food prices. And so why are you saying that today food inflation is 3.9% and we are still complaining about food prices? Where?
Said Nansen Amanebomu any and some ahodo a yeka no my Ghana mu a ene se Ghana koko akuafo wonum esika ya akamu ene wona etoto koko wonso aban no sika esefata se wodema wonum no wonsa entumi enka eno enam so bi ema enra yebebo wamane se aban yi afra imputupru enhyiamu se wonyina womrai na empanimfo enkenkan waso na wonfa wadwene entofom said ye beya wobetumi ahu kwampa wode koko akuafo ede ebefaso na aboa ama koko akuafo nso ho atọ wonum na no enam so bi ama enei wonum etumi ekosiamu na aban ama ne bofo Felix Kwachi Ofosu enso ede nsem bi atodwa na wokire mu se wonu hyiamu a wokoye nyina aye kama pa bibia akoso said ye wo hwehwe no anunti ebra wo kasa no sei ena bokam
as advertised yesterday, we have just concluded a lengthy cabinet meeting, which was an emergency session. that discussed the cocoa sector and matters arising there. And at the end of the emergency session, decisive measures have been agreed upon regarding expedited payments of cocoa farmers, regarding the implementation of the most drastic reforms in the cocoa sector, with a view to achieving quantum leaps in domestic processing of cocoa as opposed to exports of raw materials, and various reforms to be carried out at Cocoa Board in order to ensure more effective administration and management of the cocoa sector. Now, at 11 a.m. tomorrow, the Finance Minister will address the people of Ghana and announce these far-reaching measures as agreed upon at the end of the cabinet meeting today. So that is what I have for you right now. If you have any questions, I can take it. But tomorrow, 11 a.m., meet the Finance Minister here for a comprehensive briefing on all the measures that have been agreed upon at today's meeting. Thank you very much.
Will that address the solving the challenge
in the cocoa sector? That's fine.
Minister, do we know how much Cocoa Board is expected to pay to these farmers between November 2025?
All that will be discussed tomorrow when the Finance Minister meets you. Yeah. Is there any other question? All right. Thank you very much.
Rent Control Department omaimu ejumekuo eni atnaye kesia. One mo share etoto niema fa emra eda one ya ehan dan ene efiewura nom entem na ne nkrabata wa santemantam ha se. One mo den hihya hodo binum egu akwan wa yefoforo kra wode ba no adadra niema ni netimi aboa. Na one ma hye se efiewura nom ebedi mra so kete se the Rent Control Act no ekire. Enti one mo apaw enipa 9 se wade adwuma ehye one mo nsa se one toto niema yie na one fa niema enwu nsaniani enhwe kwan pa one mo betimi afa so ahye efiewura nom ye wo asantemantam ha na emrakuni ya one mo tintim ebo rent control ho bra no one mo betumi edisom na sa for member regional managerial committee no Rent Control Department penipa ena eda no ye Owura Douglas Mackenzie Podo na enei one more friends some trefo nhia mu no omunyina tenase e wo pono ho ena wakeka eniama ahodo a esi one mo ani so dia kyen some trefo so omo so mrai na wo meba ho daruo na Ghana fo ehunu bim one ya eka kuo ne ho eye Owura George Obrempong Principal Officer Washa Monetary Affairs Womosika Samson Owura Paul Kofi Apia Regional Public Relations Officer ena Owura Yire Nancy Nyako a ye Principal Rent Officer Owura Podo achiremu se emrakunne ya ebo Rent Control ho bra ene Rent Control Act 1963 Act 220 no ena wo mo be hye ama efiewura nom edi sokete na ne nyina ene se wo ye fiewura woni ho kwan se afe ba ko achi no wo san eje edan sika na se rent advance edi free nipa bia wote wo fie enchen na fiewura afododo no anso ena wo mo ne woni a ehan wo mo dan twe manso obi wo ho a edan ka ne wuna mfa sika ne maya wo atwa wo pipe mu wantwamu so a no aba bedum wo nkane a sa ne yema ne nyina wo ba beso anom na dwumade no ase no na santemantam pani a wokasa edema Rent Control Owura Paul Kofi Apia enso ekire se enei won makwankyira wode ba no eyesonko se wo be hwe se efiewura bia wage rent advance abroso a eye 1 year na fei wo ene bambo ejina tuko ya ewo oman Ghana mu aka ba kire mu ahwe se wopo wo ye fiewura rent advance ye 1 year wontumi anyi bi enka ho ene niam afoforo bebre ena saba sum ko anipa 9 ne wo mu yi won mo ebeye yentie se de PRO ede ne nsam etudwa
this year the enforcement law the maintain task force our number 50 after and said if you right there was a urgent watching and the tenant also would be as well he said no yeah ma if you right and J Malembo I feel back okay yeah share our group parliament parliament in Manu on the past year, a bear force. 6 months na agent. Train up where no apple, Afima. They say, no, yet, fever, engine, and bro, sir, in feedback. They might show said, yeah, the 1 year or so. They show said, rent control and the meditate the rent. I the boy Bosume. They will say advance in the day, and yet they didn't tell me I'm a fever. The monthly rent. They said, say I was said, tenant will now, here, the friends who are, yes, it be a year and I know, I say, we are, that the same also, but they take measure. You have to Sudan, and then you are a Muslim, you do also a Muslim, be a 14 by 14, 13 by 4, 14, we were 30 by 12, they have the area, and I know the case here, the location. And time building materials and normal.
Ora Kofi Apia Mananso was signed at so Kasafa 1 year 1 Mercy private hostels. Ewo Omensia Pon Ahudonuma, one more de Jabwa or Peno. And was so womanina Eshasa and Mariase, or Besha said, one frase said what the Rent Control Act and our Tintim na Fiat Mount Crediosiano a year, Juma, one Musubedi super pep. Now one more Jabwa a Sefata, now 1 year a chamini, a boy.
You wouldn't say poster and also a idea and that would be our commercial. First, and all that, and that's will be a so now, which way you crew back. Then the Papa, you know, about could be and a year, Siapon, to know a crack every bar, and never on Betanka. And nobody feel be your crack it. It's demanding now, here posters is here, a costume. And no amma postal managers are taking advantage. Charge was well here, who be here, ever here. And the poster, the door back, the Papa 9 in the room, poster back, the Papa you know, the doors poster back, the Papa on the it is any postal managers in this year. Not yet slow and rare this year. I buy the upper, I beg this so. That it will this way, they for some brown. A mission a curtain will be able to have busy will be. We are sending the card similar, the team the tax force number call, the value and the legal petitioner, they now we are near the certificate number, all the postal managers. Like I said, postal say, and posting also what you really acquire young coin is a very CHD. I'm a shame, I say, a Sunday time. Omudiso and Omuniso. Now the one is never
Opening pa ya dodona efreno chairman Rashid Inusa ene okopiemu ewo osunu kokroko amanyoko ni mu a odi mu tintimman pa eyie na sade ye koko ho nsensem koko akuafo ene sika ye tua ye ntua ena osehwe Ghana yenye serious kra aban yi wonye serious ba kokra efrise senke ye babia aban yi enia bre no peso oboa akuafo sade be ya koko akuafo so ho beto wonum na waboa ama wonjumadie etimi akoso a enkasamre Dr. Randy Abe ya wono ene ye panyi kwankyerefo ya woda koko board ano no enka wayi na dikura wapam no efrise sade papa yi enkrofo eka ena udi ukọ wona etoto koko ho a wose koko board emphasis kamai eno ntina koko akuafo wonum ho kire wonum yentimi enya sika emfa ema wonum no eno nti Ghana yenye serious na wono de obenya enka aban empamo Dr. Randy Abe said yebeya yede wobi a owonimde na netirimu abobiw pa na wobetumi aboa ma koko board etimi agina brane na ka Ghana hanom de koko board nanka obodin a obi anim se sika wo ho eno nti den ene koba ya Dr. Randy Abe entumi amo adwuma no yempamo no
party wa ben mu ya na
omunyo yie especially CEO na omudi akotu okotu
Dr. Randy Abe
koko board no
omonoma
kamina me John Dramani Mahama kamesesam. I don't want to use the word say on permanent, but kamina me John Dramani Mahama his excellency my senior brother kama edid that my sister no that because as a CEO what nasi end to me and hedge forward want to me and forecast it forward. Meanwhile, nim say a di way I would come market no a seasonal crop. I would equal.
Osimuja ka 32.
And yano cre hokra na me pesa oba. And yano cre
muja na ka 32.
It is not true. On fan bet to hope. On fa 32 million now canon. On fan bet to simple. The truth is that Enkaniano na Ghana nyina ye kwa koji Bosnia na dia beto koko. NPP government decided say Saudi way no for several years doesn't make sense. Koko no ha. Ye na edo ya koko. Na ye pese ye to koko na ya kwa ko ho obi middleman bankers bi ana bank for bi. Na omu di sika emaye na dia beto koko. Edru tama na onu na di koko na ama na onu di koko na akoma ne obeto koko na nkasa edru tama ye ba betua ne sika na ya sa tua interest esa ka ho ama no NSC dabi. What we do is that Yanko bank syndicated for bank for amuka omuhubum omu na yefra omu syndicate Yanko omuhobium ne ebe ye ne say ye nim say kojo na to koko no nti Yanko kojo ho na yin kojo enkasa kojo. This year, maybe 580,000 tons in a beba. Mamiska. Meton amount 200 cities.
Mr. Kingsford, Owusu, and so ye penimpa ya. Ebasika sem entutu ye ne hon komodia. Wono so aben mu pa na wo san komodie na ekoso wo efidie mu a Daybreak Fache TV ye morning show ne so. Ena wono so edi na no etu nsem ne bi na o kire se hwe. Saadie we koko nsensemu yi eye NPP ene NDC ya na aka won ho abomu ama enei adane asem ede asan yekomu everisa se wo ba aman yi mu a ya ye bibia politics ene we ba wasimayi we afiri ho mede we ya behye wo wonsukọ na wonsukọ som wo ho saa eno ena abo koko board form a enei yentumi ye pa ye ho a yenhunu yasene mu ebra Mr. Kingsford ekasa no sei ena wo kire ne nsemu.
In fact, Obrempong.
Thank you.
For these two parties,
Obrempong.
Cocoa Board, Yedri, and these two parties. Cocoa Board, Yedrun, they play politics with Cocoa Board. Omina MPP and this they do. They play Cocoa Board back how many years?
Yeah, it's over 70 years.
Yes, seven. It's now so Cocoa Bina the Quabon on it. Party where the how many years? Party with how many years? What did how many years? 30 years. 30 years, yes. And a man-to-man's factory there. Ye chess a cocoa, no, ye denimu, and son of Yako. 30 good years, these two parties. And they are bragging you. They are bragging. We will be a bragging. Obi a bragging. Meanwhile, no, you take them. You, two of you. And these MPP dig the hole. Home and dig it. Near yet was so, Asam Yanka. Among Casamo. Lobo Kayu. You are going round. Coco, you might get Jano. Be on you go that. So much had it. The morning. Coco fu, no. Good as over. Maybe you could deny your year or year, say, or more than 77,000. No. Oh, number 3. Now we got 3 miles away from there. Go and read Coco. Jimmy Samusha, more thing. Coco, me free school, Makodo, Masaba school. And they are playing with politics with this pen. Some Papa Coco fu. Now what? India. And we are playing politics. And the winner, Queen doesn't care who did it. Give me my money. Yes. Queen doesn't care.
Wana aye bidano woka utimo se yaudie pa ewo wonu mu yegina sansem we so na yatan yedan ye ho aba ye ba ye beto aso.
Ebusiafo yensa mamu nyina kwa babiem efamra fache TV so ene wukuo enwumre prime time kase ene eguso ya ye bede so mu yento nsem no so enko so amemensin kropon no meho ena kronom abo ahia kro ewo omanfo etete kronom abo ahia ebo afu papa se wonum kwan bi eda ekronum eho ena se trotra droba fo nyina wo mu dwane traffic wofa aye momu kwan e de ama wonum ofefe mu saa ansa no oba betie si main road num na sade mfuturo pa wo kwan ne so na won e tete kwan ne ho e ton ade omanfo etete kronum mfuturo no etu ya wonum ho me kwa wo mu no kwasem asefem enti da biada se wo mo bo wo kuhu kehe nie wo ton niema kakra bi na unya sika na sasa wo de kwa hospital ana wo de kwa drugstore na de kwa to wadro enom na anya sa na ekwa akwafa ya de kese abrew tinia won mo sre ene se empanimfo be hwe no ma begu kwan ne so a wo mo na mo to ntantantantantantem na wo mo meye na wedie wo mo tumi ntena ho wa abra wo mapomde ho nsem ebeto apen anya sa nso a da bia wo mo mfa tanka nsi kwan ne so na wo mo fanso nguso a se de beya emfuturo bebrebe ya adrobafo nam so na etu hia wo mo no ano betimi abrase kakra e de ama wo nom kronom abo hia temamufo ene fache kase abonkomo
Baby, now Tina, ya why a food poto, ya slab, I said, I find the Omega my what was it what you a yabutano, then subsequent, that a coma yet, and foot through one, if we are Srano, or we are mobile over the farm to my not to me, told you are no matis can be done there for no mano. Mitina, I am ya, de Bianacatacho, ya blending food to Srano. I if you say poto, Kunuma boy here, I Kunuma boy here. Yes, Rana, I'm away, I'm over no book on to my Nevutro Queen. Dear, it is a Samicasau, in Futuri, Mecasavity. I buy a Serena, we are more bought, no queen to my Futuro Queen. Let me that way, who see the man I have good. Put me in how many details. I am a friend of a party, and it's a horse to the horses are sleeping. Which be a miss loss of the year boa, year was in future use. Then to be a way, Mother whom by a Silamoa, who we are Bobo. I'm boy here. From a boy here. You who are man in future, yes, Silamoa, that one. Silamoa, a mobile to my age. Say the young boy. My age, the mom with the Yakas of a mobile. Oh, quite so my age. The water, what I know my Silamoa. The future queen. This is second walk. Kakra Benyaswa. Now they are forced to tell you. And I'm future.
Kononum abohia. Angel factory pamugo. Butano so. Future na high pa. Amo future. Future goda na we ultimina. The boy was a jesa ban. And so for some monkasa muna or monka palm. And my so much me and many me akra na ya no mfa so petus kakra my future na asonte emai na future na amai abi na de local e saba e so se go for mon kasa tre wo mo to munye kwa me engusu ma akra ya mo wata so se be future na so bete kakra amai
wo ensem foforo mu no ye bepie mu e wo asante mantam mu a ohyew bokuo bi ya wonum ato won hodin asante wodom ene wonum afre ensentrefo enhia mu na won komodi a wode tu dwa nyina ene se wotena honom na se yeyiw ayibone a na se wankasa wotiri ho eno nti ene wonum bekasa wontiri ho pa efise watena se a ene domahene osagefo osiade ye doctor ajiman badu dane da nyina wosode a na ne wode otumfo osetu asantemanwura wode nano asi ne ho saa ene asantefo eho eno enam so ma wonum de ensem bi tudwa se hwe won pesa se osiade yo ajiman badu esese ojai saa ensensem no efrise emwa oman kyekyereye emwa ma asundue entimi ni hene ewo oman Ghana mu eno nti wantena ne baabi na woni ni hene na otumfo osetu asantemanwura wono so emu ne man eno nti ebra panimpa ya woda ekuo no ano Dr. Seth Ochre kasa no sei na wo kire ne nsem mu
dada asana mo Ghana na yede eba etisa yede ye hu asante de ne ho ababom na sa asante ne nyina kabo ene mu nyina makabom na ba Ghana na se ye na anya ye nya prime minister ma ye nya monarch system ma na se ne president na woso a adenti na president bia be dia konya obekya otumfo na do ma hene o mekya adenti na wiase nyina se empompanifo ko peposia enye memanum o eye president abetwam Lawrence kan bi Atamas kan bi yewra Mahama kan bi yewra Kufuado kan bi obia kan bi se wo ko peposia na se ebru dia din a e wo se wo fo otumfo eti adenti na yemfre na do ma hene na yefre otumfo na embo ade edwetwema so kra ne se ne ye na otumfo atutu ni nan e dia ko CID headquarters and as a police headquarters na do ma hene yemfre obi ana also lobby ni yemfre obi se wo ye hene wo yi na wo ye kin wo ekro yi mu a fre ne yemfre obi na me ka magana fo nyina so ate mumma ye mudi ye wo otumfo senka wo ye kro bi so hene a ena kro bi so a akede dan form mumye mudi ye wo mumma ye for tribalism and say o man no because the equals no tribalism dey say o man mumma ye mudi ye wo because otumfo enka senka me say wo kro bi so a enka enipa nyina bebo twi na kede dan form
Dr. Seth Ochiri wokoso ade nsem bi etudwa se ensem a wonum atie ene se ukopiemu ewo abesim lorry terminal biaya yefa ka ede enante ewo abonoma mu no ene ukopiemu ho no mu a sede enkrofo ACC adrobafo ya wonum wo asante franka ewo wonum ka mu enie na sansem na wotete no wompese wobagye adi eno nti se ekoso sanso de a empanimfo hwe na wonfa wonan sifom na wonche won ho emfamfiri ho se senti ena drobani ya wowo asante franka mechire flag ebo ne ka mu na yekoto ahye ne so se wonye yimfrika ne mu enye sa yempene ema wonum enkobia ya wokro
simienza no ya nyare ntie se abisim kasa efri kumase eloduko bonono se omudu abisimu a omo se why be hu se Ghana asantema flag ebo hu bia de bega just why ansa na why den wetwam ana se otumfo sticker bia bo hu bia no de bega just why ansa na am wetwam yesra mo se amoye de mo fret traba wo ana se de na moye yesra mo asante ne bruni eni ndokwa o etina makasa de nado ma hene u keti ade bia to wo na hwe yie anado ma hene wo ye panyini sabi a sana wu twa to ho no hunu se dachi bia no e de asem beba o empanifo am wo krom am ka bia wom yesra mo ne no do ma hene nkasa sabi yese panyin trafie ma safie amfo na panyin so wo wi nanka no se wo trafie ma enkra wi nanka no ye ka nanka wi fo ho so ka hu se panyini wo si krom mu a wo so timbi o wo timbi yesra mo panifo am kasa ye wom omampanyin ne nkrofo yesa mo frɛ na do man na mo ne entrance ni sama o ka no edi ojamom na eba o on se ebia ne se ye ya ti no ye koye hwehwemu a ye de enwu yesra mo so mo yesa de na ewa abisi mo mo nyai asante ne do man ni ndokwa asantefo wareware do manfo sorry yes omo wareware do manfo wareware asantefo ye ne om nyina ya adwuma even ye kura ye adwuma ye ne do manfo na ye den eye sesia me no kasai me ne do manfo ba nipa ba miensa na ye adwuma sesi yesra mo ye ni bunu ene do man ni ntokwa bia na do man hene wo nya ebunu nyina hene o wo ye do man ko hene adenti na wo ye ojamumi nana wadawruma yesrawo yes
yeko ashaiman na ya maame no madwadifo ya ewo ashaiman edwam ena wo pagya franka akokọ de akire ashaiman municipal assembly empanimfo sadaroma sa market redevelopment no a wo so mo beye no kaya asempa ebeboa papa nanso Enei one more just so do ya wo e wa shama adwanom no empanimfo enhyehyɛ ya wode aba no wo bete so kra ama abafom ya wo gidi sɛ wo mo ye ne saa ebema adwadifo dodo no na enya baabi ntena emfanton won mo niema saa redevelopment ya ehho asam abai no wo kyerɛ sɛ ka 24-hour economy market ya aban epese wo sisie e wo mansini ne nkoto ahodo nyinaa mu ede epia 24-hour economy policy no na shaman edwano de a won mo ebeye wo ho no wo kyerɛ sɛ shed anasa adwosuo dodo a ewo mu no eye ahasa aduonu 320 ana stores wo ankasa wo mo besie no nso eye makomako aduokono 90 stores na ma no se eneya won mo eti ashama edwano ampanimfo emfa aso emebo ho se wo mo ye redevelopment no wo mo adwosuo ya eye shed ya wo mo abobo beye apem ahanso ne aduonum 1750 a obi enya baabi tena eton ne niema na sampanimfo de hyehyɛ fofo yi eba na wo ba bete adwosuo no so a ebema wo no mo a wo hyehyɛ wo niema wo table so ne adwadifo nkuma no wo mo aka akiri nti empanimfo nhwe na wontu ho anamo
sase Naton, assembly atombi, or more batons atombi, and I don't know how to was 50. It will be here where I not start to find your movie or Mutoria. Baby, out there, one on a baho, no abatadi. Yantimi, MYA, Nipa Bebre, stores, shares a one market for 1,750. Also, basic stores 320. Now I see shares 320. Now I see stocks 90. Ukaboma about 7 nipa 410. Into any here near Kanu. And ya Yabakanu Yakoi. A hina yako. It is Yahaunu. Baby, I have your body, but I am best a player. Yankasa my ancestors, so yape. Janam or Mubasias, and we have no problem. Nemom. Shares a woman, any near my woman, I was a answer, no be anya ni chefa, Obianya ni chefa, Nasana offer for a month for some basic stores into a mobile tramudino. Why we are a secret yabi? Into a bomber, dear says, son, a hotin, offer a number. The Amidiba Chato, a comma yawafa, I said, look at ya. I call Jubilee House. And Yakai say, or see, or my planet too much and this I say, on ye MC for no. Now, yet the idea says, say never conwa, and I'm Mr. Rano. On we are no young baby, and yes, or then we are NBC headquarters. Now, Sisani part 2,000 brand walk. Now, better from no here, dear baby, no here, dear by my. It is some. And the woman say, Apatana, I see a besino, Yape. Nanso, Apata 1,750. Also, Bessie Apata 320. And so, meanwhile, you do asthma. Fibia, one would be Jiska, our home, one would be Jito, our home. It is also Bessie Apata 320. Yeah, you are Patano, 1,750 there. I know the and when they say, I buy no auntie, and not the Shankwalano, until one way. Yes,
and she said, I am a man, my daddy for was my jom abo one moko jammy now shan one so muddy and ibrepa ne cassa. Now I shall my messy crop on one by cratchy, a rough free man check pop. Was it on to us and shall my minimum call NDC headquarters, non cottonatana from Nemum. Wabesha na. Nkomochuchi bia sesa ekoso no ma ye ne safisa asem bia ni ho aba wode se kan ena atwamu enye dan ya won mu besi nkonwa ti won pepere wo ho emaye sa redevelopment no wa bra won mu ensi nkonwa ema adwadifo yi akoma ento won yam ti obi anka na akoma ento ne yam eye dan ya won wo mu besi nkonwa ansa na wo fridwumadie no ase
ayedi ewo dem no esu mfaso edoso ensi Yebesha atadi koko na ya jina kwan ho na ya yedede nkomo na yedi no esu ntwae enti yesre omo njai koko no na yentina dem na planning said ya yebenya 24-hour economy market na wa shama Omama yati ase se ye wo efon wo ho nipa bebe betimi adidwa e wo fom wo betimi de table ato ho ene mo ko ho no no obi mu di tomatoes atu change so keke e no mo ton ye see 24-hour economy market now still on betimi aton niam sa yes within the 24-hour economy market no there were 394 sheds apata de ani bi eno so ewom ansa na ye wo shops ne ye kan say obia benya ne chefa ewo na anamo ayeto ye assembly ye be take data of man omo ho
Fache TV yasan ye hwene so se ye beboa ne yasom oman Ghana ene asanteman aboa ma empuntuo atimi akonanim pa eno nti enam so bi ema ye di daybreak morning show de aba na oba Ghana hanom dia de obi ehwe na obi etie ye daybreak ebra owura kojo mafo etena dwam na yedi nkomo na no so na regional minister Ashanti regional minister Dr. Frank Amwakohene enso ebepie dwumadie ne so na wodi ne nkomo no kire se hwe ebra ye ba ye no ene dwumadie ahodo a na empanimfo sta ahya ase dadadadadada ebesi se wonum ba ye no ebe se ha ensia na wonum ebeto so 600 projects ahodo a na wafrase na wobeto so na wono so eba ye ya ye de hye ne nsa no wanye na dwenda se obeyi nani wonum ehwe bia se obebo modin na wawie na wasampo aye bi ede aka ho anunti asanteman koso ene mpuntuo eda na koma so pa ebra Dr. Frank Amwakohene ene kojo mafo edi nkomo wo daybreak so no sei ana wo kire ne nsem
612 different projects anana ongoing ebi started under JM1 ebi so started under Nana Akufo-Addo afari sewua e-blocks ni nyina keka ho ene o agenda 111 am second later no so nyina keka ho ne kosi 612 no the president no say ye be I inherited a new government now quite say projects are abide the bia ye mfa ho ne abai crusher say ne agina kanram and what he decided to do is say funds no you are dedicated 20% of fund for legacy projects to help us complete them. And the last time I'm checking, I think say 82 of them yet in Yakohum are using the district assembly common fund.
Okay.
Until the district national. Maybe district assembly common fund awarded free Accra and Eba directly. And the district to be any jurisdiction over it per the contract we know. And the sign I was here at the share district Nancy, so that they can use their 20% to service it. And to do that and to help the district assemblies, President decided to all Mexican and Nakra, over 80% of Sesikan in Aba districts, so that the district will be very liquid. It's muti there called Public Account Committee. You realize, say, district will have maybe 1 million in 4 years under President Akufo-Addo. But in this 1 quarter, they were getting like 3 million, 2 million. It is to help so that they can take ownership of these projects. So I mean, let's see a lot of them ahead of end of year, just to signal for people to know, say, Obia district, this is what your common fund is being used for. The about offer.
And now we are singing on the Cassia, what was what at the Asia Kokram, ya dear one summer can World Cancer Day. Intia Santamantemu and penning for one more edapum day at Naya ano and so do one Ashemubi. Now, one more any swadi multitude pan is our bebwa. Ama cancer, ya dear Nekoya, one more home in Tokoni, a bombia, yeah, that's why woman. Wabesha now a church and said. Omanfo ebetumi akwaya sabian tentem na womo ehunu sayade ne wonmu wobi na womo nya binso a watimi ahye ape enoya esafata ediama na wabosa yade ne ho eban na opanipa ya woye asante mantemu kwantrefo a wada apomde atena ya no Dr. Fred Adomako Boaten ekyerese afidie entokro ni abon no mpesa wo mu tuatua no a early detention na hia papa sawote ho a wobekwa ya sabia ntentem ama won mo ahwe woni padua mu na ebia na yade no ebo nka yeba ene ntempa na won ma hwe ama ho aduru na wobu nkunta wo se yewiase amansam nyina afe baako enipa opepe baako ye 1 million ena won munya cancer kokram yade no ebiem na afe baako nso anya bia nipa beye opepe baako ena efasa yade mu ehwe won mu nkwa ya eye wo haw kase pa nti wenum nyina ena wano abre mu ebo ho dawro sede beya womanfo ntena won to so na obekọ ho ya sabia entem
AFIA kasano o sheya ye bia to ye ni na boni be ka se team a ye bia to ye ni ne se na ye ka kokrama kai na ye bi ma omo manya bi no yamane mehu se omo community a omo yari one yitimi ehu omo ntam enesi ehu omo ntam nko a ye di omo akọ baby esi ye di omo ko mi ehu se ade na eyini no eye cancer na se ne cancer ana 3 se cancer na esi emo madura ya mo eno ne ye kan se closing the cancer gap the community action me know ade na esi ye esi ehu se ya ma cancer na cry ma na se e ba cry na die ye hu me tem ni amane treatment na o che bi ase afana na o kan offer any part up 50 million or 10 million and they would cancer every year. Now Osha say often pabe or ha more be soon on some 70 and as often pedua the more in some every developing country. Now over time so we share the figures now. Yeah, no funny probably 24,000 new cases in Yakomonia cancer. And no more move from program, so I know 15,000. Yeah.
Dr. Adumaku Boateng etwa so ebu nkompo sha asante mantem ha na ne nkonta obu ye ene se wamanfo a won munya kokram yade ni bi e wa asante mantem ha no afi 2024 nko anom na ye empim du nwotwe o ha ene 18,104 cancer cases ejina homa o ha mu nchemu aduasa miensa chiripo ensia 33.6% na obubu mo pepa cancer yade ne ye bebre de to nofo mu ene emma awutwa ya eye breast ene cervical cancers no eno no ekwani mu papa breast cancer no kwa 92% ena cervical cancer no aye 75% de eto emma enso ehwo mu sabe mpreduasa no aye prostate cancer no eno so epeja ekonanim no se asantemam ha de wo mo eye cancer ho adwuma prostate no ena na edo so pa yie eno na wo gina so asre se regular screening eyade a ehia sese mpanimfo ma wo mani ekohu
na oba Ashanti region so share 2024 you recorded program enipa be 18,000 now share say a cop show yeah share figures kakra bi so oba Ashanti memu ha program I taught a man from no so share 2021 now enipa oha mienu enemy sa eninya sa case no that's 203 2022 oha any abiasa enan 2023 ahenu 564 aha elum any abiasa ba and our over 2025 aha enkron any abiasa enso so fako kramato emana wo de nan so a so share 2021 omo munya bi oha any adurum enan and I had 2022 or ha any adurum nsa and after 2023 or ha any adunkron enwoche and I had 2025 or ha enum any ahanum any adurum 22 and now 2025 so or ha nine any nsa so share member so your top really they can say your positive we are enama so 2021 1160 so far 2022 opepe bako aduonu ensiansia 60 aduonisia
Pia pomdemu na tawo de ani akira Ghana mrahye bedwafie ne wonu nyina hyefugu de ahye National Fugu Day no emu ekena frisa ban ahye sa se wukuada bia enya National Fugu Day nti na wo mo so ayo mo de ekire sese abontensofoɔ hwɛ mmarahyɛbadwafoɔ na wɔsua wɔnom na anobaba ya na asa nkomodie akɔso ama obia kyerɛ na adwene ne wɔn mo ɛka ɛne sɛ fugu anasa batakari ataadeɛ no wohwɛ ne baabia sɛ yɛ Ghana anasa wiase amansan mu ɛkyerɛ baabi a wofiri ɛba na esikado ketan mmarahyɛbadwani Dr. Grace Ayensu Dankwa ɛkyerɛ sɛ batakari no ɛda no adi pefe sɛ wohwɛ bi ɛwɔ wiase amansan mu ana ofiri ɔman Ghana ɛne wɔn mo hyɛ no ayɛfra ase baabia ɔmanfoɔ abɔdwa nipa ɛhyɛ ataade kɔ hɔ a ɛyɛ yie no wɔhyɛ batakari ɛkɔ enti ɔmanfoɔ ɛnhyɛ na wɔn mo hyɛ batakari no sɛ bɛyɛ wɔ betimi ɛde apagya akwansra mu ɛwɔ ɔman Ghana
in beautifully hand-woven smocks. As we have seen other past presidents and great leaders, regardless of tribe or political affiliation, display the beautiful attire on many occasions. Mr. Speaker, in recent times, our President, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, has always re-echoed and educated the world on Ghana's rich culture, as he represented us on his recent trip to Zambia in a beautiful piece. Mr. Speaker, today, amid urbanization, Fugu adapts and fits all persons and events. Fashion designers blend it with other fabrics to create customized version. Yet, it remains a pillar not only Northern but Ghanaian identity.
Onimonyamfo Ladi Ayamba eye pusiga mrashe bejani honorable bye san monyamfo no so kasa san se wo free sremu mentifidunti wachre kente anase fugu a wotafra ne batakari no na bose ene sede ebua ema Ghana amane efa ne ntomapa efra.
Let us continue to work hard, support our people and portray culture, what we really mean. And in fact, this takes me, Mr. Speaker, to congratulate the Right Honorable Speaker himself for the way he dresses to the chamber. He has refused to stick himself with, with heat, tying whatever every day. Mr. Speaker, with all respect to you, he wears his fugu or attire from the Volta region or from the Ashanti region, Volta, any part of Ghana. And you see that everybody is like, yes, this is beautiful, this is nice. So let us go that way. Let us buy the idea. Let us project our country and project ourselves. Honorable Dr. Ayensu, well done. I thank you. And I wish us all the best that we will continue. Mr. Speaker, thank you very much for the opportunity.
Ewusiafo na parliament ye de papa hwe wo mu nyina afade no anakire se amane ma ye nika won mo kire Ghana amane ene amamra se akire wiase amansan nyina we so ne ejina ne ye de kase no abawie ye Millennium Construction e boye chidom adansie ho ha obia ye eja yekoda na no wonum ne de koto won so wobeje ye so no wasiesie ne kama na ye so ne je wie ye peye Kumase Boshain Nayas Junction no macha kwan wo fa numbers no egu screen ne so no bibia fa adansie ho ye construction kwa dia wo fra empanimfo beje wo so wo munti ene abeso mo anwumre mo akenkan fo ye me AFIA tum wa Kaakyire mene menua bema
Obrempong Lisbon Perry
abusia ye beda mo nyina sene ye de mo asi ha nyame ya adoma wo kyene ya wo ye behia